Click the bell icon to get latest videos from Ekeeda.
Hello friends, and today we are going to study a last numerical which is based on inverse Laplace transform of signals when numerator degree is greater than denominator. Now basically till now you have got the enough idea how to solve this function. Much more important one is the division factor. How much time or how many times you have to divide the numerator by denominator? It depends on the degree difference. If the degree of numerator and denominator is equal, then we have to divide the numerator by ones. So similar thing we have to follow, and then after division we'll place x of s equation in terms of cube. After performing division, we are going to place x of s value such that q plus r by d. Q stands for quotient. After division, of course, you will get some quotient value, and then after solving the division part, you will get some remainder. Then next part of that q is q plus r by d, that is remainder upon the divisor, and then the last part of r by d, that is remainder upon divisor. We'll solve that part separately. We'll find out the partial fraction first, and then I'll place that function value in our x of s. The whole equation will be formed, and then we'll find out the inverse Laplace transform of whole equation. So do the same thing to find out the result and to get the marks. Now we'll move on to last question, that is question number 6. Determine the inverse Laplace transform of signal where x of s is s to the power 4 plus 3s cube plus 2s square plus 2s plus 1, and denominator what we have, s cube minus 7s plus 6. Here the s square term is missing. Be careful. While dividing numerator, usually the students do some mistakes. They always write s square value, but just go through the question first so that you will get the idea which term is missing and which term is there. Now here the order highest degree is in numerator is 4 and in denominator it is a cube. Now first of all we'll find out the division part, or we'll perform the division to find out q plus r by d rule, and then we'll move on to next. So this was our numerator and this one is denominator. So we'll divide it. Now look at it. Which term or which factor must be or should be multiplied with s cube to get the value of s to the power 4? Simple. The result is simply s. So if we multiply this part by s, so what you will get? S to the power 4. 7s into s becomes 7s square. So I'm going to write here over here, and the sign is minus, and the last one 6s, which is over here. Of course, if you want to cancel s to the power 4, then what you will do? We'll change the sign of lower part, that is this sign will be minus, this sign will be plus, and next one is minus. Now as the sign is changed, so these two terms will get cancelled. What will be there? The 3s cube, plus sign changes to minus, so what we have? 7 plus 2 is 9s square, and the last one minus 6s plus 2, answer is minus 4s, and then plus 1. What is our next step? Again, which term you are going to multiply with s cube to get 3s cube? The result is clear. We will multiply it by 3. Our sign is plus. So 3 into s cube becomes 3s cube. Next 3 into minus 7s becomes minus 21s. I'll placed over here, and then 3 6 18, which will be on the last. Again, if when you want to cancel these two terms, we have to change the sign of all the lower terms. So this will be minus, plus, and minus. So these two terms will get cancelled. 9s square will be written as it is because we don't have any term over here. Next part. Here the sign was changed to plus. So here we have a 21s, and in above part we have minus 4s. So 21 minus 4 becomes 17s. And in last we have a plus 18, which is here the sign was changed to minus. So minus 18 plus 1 becomes minus 17. So this result is minus 17, and this was plus 17s. Now according to formula, what was that? As I told you, we'll first of all we'll place q part over here. Now the quotient is s plus 3. The remainder is 9s square plus 17s minus 7, and the divisor is this, which was our denominator. So we'll place all the values in our formula, and then I'll find out the partial fraction of r by d. Now I have substituted my quotient part, remainder part, and denominator or divisor part in our formula. My quotient was s plus 3, my remainder was 9s square plus 17s minus 17, and my denominator, which is my divisor, s cube minus 7s plus 6. Now what is our next part? We can directly obtain the inverse Laplace transform of s plus 3, but first of all I'll find out the partial fraction, so that you will get the value of a, b and c. Because why I said a, b, c? Because here the order in denominator we have a 3, and if the order is 3, which means we will have a 3 different poles. Now, so first of all I'll find out the factors, and then we'll move on to partial fraction, and once I'll get the values of a, b, c, then we'll find out the whole inverse Laplace transform, or you can say the inverse Laplace transform of whole x of s. So first of all, this one is my x1 of s. I have replaced this whole part by x1 of s because we have to find out the partial fraction of it. Now after taking factors, or after finding of factors, what you will get? S minus 1, s minus 2 and s plus 3. So according to 3 poles, we'll place the 3 different variables. Now what is our next part? This will be my equation number 1. This one is my equation number 2, because after finding values of a, b, c, we have to substitute somewhere else. That's why I have marked this equation number 2. And then what is our next part? Just cross multiplication. If we multiply this denominator, left hand side denominator, on the right hand side, what you will get? S minus 1 will get cancelled. What will be there? A will be multiplied by these two terms. So on left hand side, first I will write 9s square minus 17s plus 17. Next, here we have s minus 2, so no need to write s minus 2, only these two terms will be multiplied with b, and the last one was c. Here we have s plus 3, so these two terms will get cancelled, so no need to write, only these two terms will be multiplied with the c. And this is our equation number 3. Now I am going to place the values of s, so that you will get the values of a, b and c. So first of all, which term you are going to, or which value you are going to replace or substitute for s to get the value of a? As I told you, just look at the denominator part. Here we have s minus 1, so equate this s minus 1 equal to 0. What you will get? S equals to plus 1. So if I substitute a equals to plus 1, then you will get the value of a. Similarly, if I substitute s equals to plus 2, then you will get the value of b. And if I substitute s equals to minus 3, then you will get the value of c. So I'll substitute all the values of s in my equation one by one, and then I'll get the value of a, b and c. How? I'll show you. Now we'll substitute the values of s, so that you will get the values of variable a, b and c. Now first of all, I'll place s equals to plus 1, and I'll substitute this value in above equation. If I substitute s equals to 1 in this equation, what you can see? This term will get cancelled because 1 minus 1 becomes 0. So 0 into whole c becomes 0. Similarly, if I place s equals to 1 over here, then 1 minus 1 becomes 0. So whole b term will become 0. But look at here. If I substitute s equals to 1 over here, then in this bracket what you will get? Minus 1, and over here you will get a plus 4. On left hand side, if I substitute s equals to 1, then this will be becomes 9 into 1 becomes 9, but 17 into 1 becomes 17, and 17 get cancelled. So on left hand side we'll get only 9, and on right hand side what you will get? This will be gives us a minus 1, and this will gives us 1 plus 3 becomes 4. So what you will get? On the right hand side you will get minus 4, on the left hand side we have a 9. So if I shift this minus 4 on denominator on the left hand side, what you will get? our a value is minus 9 by 4. Similarly, substitute value for of s equals to 2 and s equals to minus 3. If I s replace by 2, then this will become 4 and 9 4s are 36, and this is our 17 into 2 becomes 34, and 34 minus 17 will have a 17 only. So here what you will get, 4 into 9 36 and plus 17 on the left hand side. And on the right hand side, if I substitute s equals to 2, then this whole bracket becomes 0. Similarly, this whole bracket also becomes 0, but this will be 2 minus 2 becomes 2 and 2 plus 3 becomes 5. So we have a 5b on the left or right hand side. Now simply perform addition. 6 plus 3 7, 13, or you can say the result is 53, and 53 will be divided by 5. So answer of B is 53 by 5. Now, what is the next value? We'll substitute s equals to minus 3. Now, what is our next step? We'll substitute s equals to minus 3. So that what we will get? This whole term, as this s is replaced by minus 3, then this whole term becomes 0, and 0 into anything is 0. So a and b term will not be there, because in over here also we have s plus 3. So if this s is also replaced by minus 3, then whole term becomes 0. So b will not be there. But in next part, if this 2s replaced by minus 3, then minus 3 minus 1 gives us a minus 4, and minus 3 minus 2 gives us a minus 5. So on the right hand side, what we have, if the s is replaced by minus 3, then minus 3 minus 1 becomes minus 4, minus 3 minus 2 becomes minus 5. So total result becomes 20c. But look at here on the left hand side, what we have, minus 3 square becomes plus 9, and 9 into 9 becomes 81. Whereas look at here, if this s is replaced by minus 3, so minus 3 into 17 becomes minus 51, and minus 51 minus 17, what is there? What will get? Minus 51 and minus 17 becomes minus 68. Now just perform the subtraction. The result is 13. So what you will get? The c value becomes 30 by 20. Now I'll substitute all the values of a, b, c in my x1 of s, and then I'll substitute x1 of s value in x of s, and then we'll move on to inverse Laplace transform. Now I've substituted all the values of a, b, c in my x1 of s equation. So this was my x1 of s, and then I have substituted x1 of s equation in my equation number 1, which was my x of s equation. So what I have done, I have taken only a constant term outside the bracket. So inside we have 1 upon s minus 1. In this part we have 1 upon s minus 2, and in this part we will get 1 upon s plus 3. Now I'll apply inverse Laplace transform on both the sides. What you will get? The inverse Laplace transform of x of is nothing but x of t. Now, as I told you in previous videos also, look at it. Here we have only simple s. Basically, we can write this s as a s into 1, and the inverse Laplace transform of 1 is del of t. But right now here the 1 is multiplied by s. So according to time differentiation property, if we differentiate any input only once, then s will be multiplied with it. So what way I am going to write is, here we have a simple s, which means our delta t function was differentiated only once. So the order or degree of differentiation is now 1, because only s was there. Next, here we have only simply 3. So 3 into 1 you can write, but the inverse Laplace transform of 1 is nothing but del of t. So I am going to write 3 into del of t. Now next part is constant, which is 9 by 4. Here we have 1 upon s minus 1. As we know that here the s in all the brackets, s is delayed. So we'll take the help of frequency shifting property, which means we have to multiply the t value, which is in numerator part of exponential, by opposite sign value of minus 1. So this t is multiplied by opposite sign value minus 1, opposite value is plus 1, so e to the power t, and then what we'll have 1 by s, which is nothing but unit step u of t. Then our next part, here we have plus 2, so this t is multiplied by opposite value. Here we have minus 2, so the opposite sign is plus 2 into t, and then unit step value 1 by s inverse Laplace. And the last one we have a 13 by 20, and then what is that? Plus 3, so I'll multiply this t by minus 3 into 1 by s was there, so 1 inverse Laplace is u of t, and this is all about your result. So we can stop here also, and as I told you in previous videos also, if you want then you can take u of t common, but the much more important factor is a time. If you stop here also, then also you will get the full marks. If you continue with the next part, that is if you take the u of t common and if you replace the d by dt by del of t or del dash of t, then also it is fine, but it is better to save your time. So this is our result. Now what is important in this concept, and or you can say in this type of problems, if the numerator degree is equal to or greater than the degree of denominator, then we will always perform one thing, which is a division rule. We'll follow the division rule. We'll divide numerator by denominator, and it depends on how many times you are going to divide. It totally depends on the difference between both the degrees. If the numerator degree is greater than 1 compared to denominator, then of course we'll divide this numerator by denominator 2 times. If the degrees are same, then we'll divide it by 1, and so on. And whatever outcome we'll get, just represent that whole outcome by one format, that is x of s is equals to q plus r by d. After division you will get the three result, of course, which is a quotient, remainder, and the divisor, which is nothing but our denominator. Now quotient we can solve later on, but remainder and the divisor will come first. We have to perform partial fraction, and then you will get some variable values, or you can say that you will get the factors, different factors value. Once you get the different factors value with the different values of variable, then substitute it in equation x of s, which was q plus r by d, and then move on to inverse Laplace transform. So while finding inverse Laplace transform, you may find some trouble while finding the inverse Laplace transform simple s. So be careful. The Laplace transform of simple s is nothing but the differentiation of del of t function only once, and the rest of the things that you know. Here the part is 3, which is constant, and we know that inverse Laplace transform is constant, is always a del of t. So that's why I have multiplied this 3 by del of t, and the rest of the part that we have solved in previous videos. A number of times we have solved this part, so no need to revise it once again. That's all for now. Thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned with Ekeeda and subscribe Ekeeda for further more videos. Thank you so much.